In Birmingham, Alabama in 1962, Dr. Martin Luther King was giving a speech for the Southern Leadership Convention. In the audience that day was a man named Roy James, who was part of the American Nazi Party. Roy hated Dr. King, and as Dr. King began to speak, he got angrier and angrier and angrier. And suddenly he rushed the stage and began beating on Dr. King. And Dr. King was falling back. He was just getting walloped by Roy. And the security started to rush the stage to save Dr. King. And Dr. King got up and he turned his other cheek to Roy to be allowed to be hit again. And he told the security, "Don't touch this man, don't touch him. We are going to pray for him." What Dr. King did that day was revolutionary. It was out of the ordinary. Who does that? Who allows someone to just beat them up? As we continue to look at the message of Jesus, we begin to see where Dr. King got his ideas from. In Matthew 5:38, Jesus says, "You know what the law is, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. But I say to you, don't resist an evil person. If someone slaps you on the right, allow them to slap you on the left." And you've heard that the law says, "Love your neighbors and hate your enemies." But I say to you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. In doing so, you'll be children of your Father in heaven. Question: who is your enemy? Here's a clue. It's not the people that you hate. It's not the people that you can't stand. It's the people that hate you, the people that persecute you, the people that give you a hard time no matter what, the people that make your life miserable. Those are your enemies. Retaliation is common. Hating those who hate you, that's common. Knocking out teeth, plucking out eyes, fighting back, punishing our enemies, that's normal. The problem is Jesus isn't calling us to live normally. He's not calling us to live naturally. He's calling us to live supernaturally. Jesus invites us to be part of his kingdom and to become children of God. And if we do that, we have to live differently. Take a moment and think about one person this week who has wronged you. I'm sure there's multiple people who have wronged you. I'm sure there's lots of people who you could call your enemies. But this week, I just want you to think about one person who's taken advantage of you or who's made your life miserable, who's done you wrong in some way. Jesus is calling you to love that one person. He's calling you to forgive that person. He's calling you to pray for that person who's persecuted you. Here is the secret. As we begin to pray for our enemies, you're unable to hate them anymore. You will be transformed. You cannot hate those people you pray for. And we become children of our Father in heaven. I encourage you this week, begin to pray for the person or the people that you view as enemies. As you do this, you will be changed and you will become like your Father in heaven.